What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my NFL 2021-2022 award predictions. I did the award predictions last season. I think one right. I got Chase Young, Defensive Rookie of the Year, correct. Everything else wasn't correct. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I get these all right. Probably won't. I definitely won't, but hopefully I get it one or two correct. That would be great. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into it. Started off, I'm going to be doing Offensive Rookie of the Year. The candidates are going to be Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback for the Jaguars, and Zach Wilson, the quarterback for the Jets. Lawrence and Wilson are two guaranteed starters in Week 1. Lance, Fields, and Jones could all start as soon as Week 1, or Lance and Fields could start as soon as Week 1, but they're probably not going to be Week 1 starters. And so I think Lance and Fields won't come in until Week 5, Week 4, Week 5. So I don't think they'll be Rookie of the Year candidates unless they do insanely good even start in with the late season. But I think overall, I think Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence are two easy candidates. And then Mac Jones probably won't start until late season. And then we got Devontae Smith, the wide receiver for the Eagles. I like this. I like him because he's going to have a big role because of the Eagles. They've lost a lot. All right. Alshon Jeffrey's kind of done. He's done. Deshaun Jackson left for the Rams. Jalen Reagor did not perform like a first-round pick in his rookie season. So Smith's got a lot to prove for the Eagles this season. And I think he can take on that pressure, and I think he will be one of the highest candidates. And then Najee Harris for the Steelers. Najee Harris is also going to have a big role. He's probably the best running back in this class. Can catch the ball, can bowl. He's a bull. He can run people over, and he's fast. He's quick. He's elusive. So I think Harris could definitely be in there. And then Kyle Pitts, the tight end, the 6'6", 240-pound monster. And think about it. You got to think about with the Falcons situation. They just got rid of Julio Jones, went to the Titans. So Kyle Pitts is going to have a big role because Calvin Ridley's kind of the only other option on that team. And Matt Ryan likes to throw the ball a lot, and the Falcons do not have a running game at all. So they throw the ball a lot. And when you throw the ball a lot, but you only have one other good wide receiver option on your team, the tight end's going to get a lot of catches. So I think Pitts will be a great for the Falcons. And I think Kyle Pitts will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. All right, he's going to have a huge role. He's probably the best player you could argue that he's the best player in this class, the best player in this 2021 draft class. And Pitts is going to have a big role. He's going to be having a quarterback who likes to throw the ball, throws the ball 4,500, 4,400 yards a year. So he's going to have a big role, especially since Julio Jones is gone. He's going to be taking that role. So I think Kyle Pitts will be great, and I think he'll win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, the candidates are Patrick Surtain III and J.C. Horn, the two cornerbacks, two first taken players, defensive players. I think these two guys, they're going to have big roles. I don't think either one will win it, spoiler alert, because Surtain and Horn, they're both cornerbacks on a deep cornerback roster. Like Surtain has Kyle Fuller, Ronald Darby, Bryce Callahan, I think still. He might have left. But Surtain's got a lot of guys in front of him. J.C. Horn, same thing. Dante Jackson, A.J. Bowie. So I don't think either one will win. But Micah Parsons, another guy. The Cowboys were going to go cornerback in the draft, but Surtain and Horn both were off the board, and they didn't want to reach for a guy like Caleb Farley or Greg Newsome. But I like Micah Parsons because he's going to have a big role. The Cowboys, Sean Lee's getting older. They don't really have a middle linebacker. Leighton Vander Esch, more of an outside guy with Jalen Smith. But Parsons is going to have a big role for the Cowboys. He's going to be a good player. He's going to make big tackles. And I think Parsons definitely up there. Jamin Davis also. Jamin Davis is on a stellar defense, and he's just going to be another great piece on that defense. I think Jamin Davis could win it. And then Christian Barmore, the nose tackle for the Patriots, could have went in the mid-second round, or mid first round. He fell all the way to the second round of the Patriots. I really like it for them, and he's going to be the starter. He's going to make a big impact, and I think Barmore definitely could win it. My winner will be Micah Parsons, though. I think Micah Parsons will have the biggest role out of all these players, and I think he will. And I think he will live it up. And I think he will be the Cowboys' long-term linebacker, and I think he'll play great. So I have him as my defensive rookie of the year. Offensive player of the year, I have Christian McCaffrey. Oh, and there's going to be five candidates for each one. There's going to be five candidates for each award. Some of them will have six, like this one has six. But offensive player of the year, you saw it. Okay, offensive player of the year, we got Christian McCaffrey, running back Panthers, Dalvin Cook, running back Vikings, Derrick Henry, running back Titans, Alvin Kamara, running back Saints, Calvin Ridley, wide receiver Falcons, and DK Metcalf, wide receiver Seahawks. We'll go over each one. Christian McCaffrey, he's coming off an injury. I don't think he'll win it, but you got to have a guy like Christian McCaffrey in these because he's such a great player, can catch the ball, can run the ball, joined the 1,000 club 2 years ago. One of the very generational talent, one of the best in the league. Dalvin Cook, another elusive, very good back who can do. He's very explosive. But the thing about Cook, he's gonna get the ball a lot. He's gonna get 350 carries a year. So I think Dalvin Cook will be an offensive player of the year running for a long time just because of how much he gets the ball, and he doesn't disappoint when he has the ball. Derrick Henry had 2,000 yards last year. He had 1,500, I think, the year before that. So Derrick Henry, you got to put him up here. I mean, he's a tank. Alvin Kamara, I have a dark horse because Alvin Kamara has a big role this season because the Saints, like, you look at the Saints, Michael Thomas, he's kind of on the trading block. And he's dealing with injuries. He's probably going to miss most of the season. They lost Emmanuel Sanders, so they don't really have any receivers. I mean, Traquan Smith, Deontay Harris. So they're going to run the ball. All right. And I expect the Kamara to get a lot, and I think Kamara will have a similar role to Dalvin Cook, but you got to think about Kamara can catch the ball at a high level too, so I think Alvin Kamara definitely could win this award. And I think just with his big role and how explosive he can be after the catch or after the carry, Kamara could easily win this. And then I got Calvin Ridley. People aren't talking about him, but Calvin Ridley's been very consistent over the course of the past few years. He had about 1,300 yards last season, but now that Julio Jones just left, Calvin Ridley's role just got bigger, and I think Calvin Ridley will live up to the role. He's a great route runner, and he's great after the catch. He can make some big plays for you, and he's definitely one of Matt Ryan's go-to guys. Matt Ryan loves airing the ball deep to him, and Calvin Ridley definitely could be in the offensive player of the year running, could be a dark horse. I can see Calvin Ridley being top 5 in receiving yards this season, maybe getting up there in the 1,400s, but definitely Calvin Ridley should be talked about. DK Metcalf, wide receiver, Seahawks. DK Metcalf's a tank. I mean, he's so big, so athletic, and he was great for the Seahawks this year. I think he'll continue to get better, and I think you got to include him in the candidates. But I got Alvin Kamara, like I said earlier, he's going to have a big role. He's very explosive, can catch the ball, can run the ball, got 6 touchdowns on Christmas Day in one game, which was crazy, but I think Alvin Kamara will win it. Defensive player of the year, I only got 5, but I got Myles Garrett, defensive end, Browns, TJ Watt, left outside linebacker, Steelers, Jalen Ramsey, cornerback, Rams, Joey Bosa, defensive end, Chargers, Chase Young, defensive end, Washington football team, and yeah, but I think Myles Garrett, let's go over each one now. Myles Garrett, he's an absolute stud. All right, dude's a tank. I mean, he's had double-digit sacks for the past 3 seasons now, and I think Myles Garrett's going to continue to get better, and he's going to continue to be that superstar. He already is. I think you got to include Myles Garrett into this list, and I think Myles Garrett is at the top of many people's lists. So, moving on to TJ Watt, left outside linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ Watt's a stud, all right? No arguing that. TJ Watt is a stud. And he some people will argue that he got robbed for Defensive Player of the Year last year, as Aaron Donald did win it. But at the same time, Aaron Donald and TJ Watt, 2 great players, but Aaron Donald's Aaron Donald, TJ Watt's TJ Watt. So you can say what you want. I think Aaron Donald deserved it, but others will say T.J. Watt deserved it, and that's fair. But T.J. Watt, I think year in and year out will always be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He's a beast. He can get to the quarterback quickly, and he's going to be good, and he's going to be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate once again this year, unless he gets hurt. But I don't see it happening. Moving on, Jalen Ramsey. Now, cornerbacks, it's hard for them to win Defensive Player of the Year just because the guys up front get a lot more credit than the cornerbacks. But I think Jalen Ramsey should be included into these lists because I forgot. Oh, I forgot Aaron Donald. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that. Yeah, I'm gonna. Sorry, Jalen, but I have to include that. Yeah, Aaron Donald. He's a stud. So you got to include Aaron Donald. All right, there we go. All right, so Aaron Donald, I think I mean, he's had Defensive Player of the Year for it the last 5 years. So Aaron Donald, of course, he's going to be in here. And then I got Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa has always been one of those guys that's been overlooked. He's underrated, and I think people look at Nick Bosa more than him now. But I think Joey Bosa, he could be up there with 12, 13 sacks. But I think Joey Bosa could be a dark horse. And then Chase Young on that stellar Washington defense. I think Chase Young should be included, and I think he will be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He's so young, so athletic, so elusive, and I think Chase Young will be in there in the double-digit sacks, so I think he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And my DPOY is Myles Garrett, defensive end for the Browns. He's a living tank, all right? He can get through any block. He can get through any blocker, and he has amazing block shedding, and he has so much power, and he gets so many sacks. So I think Myles Garrett is a no-brainer. But you can say what you want. I think Myles Garrett. Comeback Player of the Year. We got 6-year Dak Prescott, quarterback for the Cowboys, Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Bengals, Christian McCaffrey, running back for the Panthers, Saquon for the Giants, Derwin James for the Chargers, Nick Bosa for the 49ers. I think the easy choice, you got all these guys like McCaffrey and Barkley, two great running backs coming off of big injuries. Derwin James coming off of a season-ending injury. Same with Bosa. And then Burrow was on pace to have a great rookie year. But the easy option is Prescott. Prescott was on pace to throw for over 6,000 yards. He wasn't going to throw over 6,000 yards, but he could have. He wasn't going to. But still, my point is Prescott was going to have 5,000 yards last year, and Prescott had 1,600 yards through 4.5 games. That's absurd, and I think Prescott will come back. He won't. He had a very bad injury, but I don't think he'll come back amazing, but I think he'll come back good enough for just like Dak numbers. I think he'll have about 4,300 yards, about 30 touchdowns, about 12 interceptions. He will be less mobile, but I think he'll be fine, and I think he'll win Comeback Player of the Year. Coach of the Year, we got Frank Reich for the Colts, Brandon Staley for the Chargers, Ron Rivera for the Washington football team, Bill Belichick for the Patriots, and Brian Flores for the Dolphins. Starting off with Frank Reich. I said Frank Clark. Frank Reich. The Colts are in a difficult situation because Carson Wentz is going to be out till week 12. They got to figure out, do they want Jacob Eason or do they want, of course, Sam Ellinger? And Frank Reich's going to figure out that situation. I think Frank Reich could still make a playoff run even without Carson Wentz because he has that. He's a great coach, all right? He won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, and he always has been that great coach, and I think he'll be able to develop those two quarterbacks, and I think once again he'll have a great season. Now, they may not make the playoffs, but the Colts will be in contention for it, and I think he will be a candidate for Coach of the Year, and even if he just makes a 7 seed for the playoffs, I still think he could win it. And then Brandon Staley for the Chargers. Staley is the new coach for the Chargers, and the Chargers now in a much better situation with Staley. Anthony Lynn wasn't a great coach, but Staley, he's a better coach, all right? We haven't seen anything from him, but he's developing Herbert well. He's in a good situation with Herbert, a good offense. He's got a good defense. I think Staley, if he can put the pieces together, if he can put the puzzle together that Anthony Lynn couldn't do, I think he'll be able to win Coach of the Year. He's a great coach. He looks like he's going to be a great coach, and that's why I have him Coach of the Year. Then we got Ron Rivera for the Washington football team. Ron Rivera has developed another amazing defensive dynasty, just like he did in 2015 when he had that amazing defense with Luke Kuechly, Julius Peppers, Thomas Davis. Now he has with the Washington football team. He's got Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, Montez Sweat, now Jamin Davis, and then William Jackson. He's got some great defensive studs. And I think Ron Rivera is such a great defensive mind. He also is going to be able to work with a little bit better on the offensive side of the ball. He's got a more experienced veteran quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick. Brought in Curtis Samuel, Antonio Gibson's developing. So he's also got Tyler Heineke, the GOAT. So I think Ron Rivera definitely could be a candidate for the Coach of the Year. He won the division last year, made it to the playoffs. If he can just be a few wins better and make it to the playoffs, I could see him winning Coach of the Year. And then we got Bill Belichick. People aren't going to really include Bill Belichick, but fun fact, Bill Belichick's never won Coach of the Year. In all those years, the Patriots have been such a good team. Belichick's never won Coach of the Year. But I think this is the year that Belichick could win it because maybe it's biased because I'm a Patriots fan, but Bill Belichick, he brought on all those free agents this season. He rebuilt his team. He drafted Mac Jones, who's looking great in training camp. And he's going to be able to develop him, hopefully. And Bill Belichick, definitely, if he puts all the pieces together, if he puts the puzzle together, and the Patriots make the playoffs and come back and get there without Tom Brady, I think Bill Belichick could be the Coach of the Year because of how he's overcome the loss of Tom Brady and losing Tom Brady and rebuilding after the greatest quarterback of all time leaving his hands. And then Brian Flores for the Dolphins. Flores could have won it last year, didn't because Kevin Stefanski just had a great year. But Brian Flores, I think he should be in contention if he can develop Tua right, if he can make it to the playoffs this year. I think Flores could get in as a Coach of the Year. But I got Bill Belichick. All right, like I said earlier, if he rebuilds this team, we all know if he puts the pieces together, he has all the pieces in order. But if he just sticks them and puts them together, and the Patriots make the playoffs, I could see Belichick winning Coach of the Year because he rebuilt from losing the greatest quarterback of all time in his hands. I think Belichick made a big mistake of getting rid of Tom Brady, but that's all aside. Brady's now happy in Tampa, and if Belichick can rebuild and make it to the playoffs without Brady, I think Bill Belichick deserves Coach of the Year. And for everybody's favorite, the most valuable player, we got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers. You got Patrick Mahomes. He's already won it. He won it in his amazing 5,000 yards, 50 touchdown season. You got Josh Allen, and you got Kyler Murray. You got Tom Brady. You got Aaron Rodgers. We'll go over why everyone could win MVP and why they couldn't. All right, Patrick Mahomes, why he could. He's Patrick Mahomes. All right, he puts up amazing stats and he wins. All right, the Chiefs win with him. The Chiefs don't always win without him, and he gets them to the playoffs year in and year out, and they're usually always a 1 or 2 seed. And Mahomes has continuously done this for 4 seasons now as a starter, or 3 seasons. But can he do it again? Yes, of course he will. My negatives is that he's already won it, and it's just I think there's other guys out there who can prove that they deserve MVP too. And I just don't think he's going to be the clear choice because I don't think he'll be as good as he was in past seasons. And I think the Chiefs, they're going to try to develop a running game maybe. And I just don't think he'll win it because I don't think he's going to be I think he'll be great, but I don't think he'll be MVP statistically this season. Josh Allen, why he could, because he's rebuilding the Bills. He's developing into a superstar quarterback. He has great stats. Why he couldn't, he turns the ball over a lot. And the Bills, they can't win in the playoffs. All right. And I think that could have a big thing for this MVP run. And with him having something like he had about 17 turnovers last year with fumbles and interceptions, which is just absurd. But Allen, if he can reduce the turnovers, I definitely would have Josh Allen. And then Kyler Murray, why he could. because he's a dark horse. He has the weapons to do it, and he's developing nicely. All right, he's a freak athlete. He's athletic. He's fast, and he is a cannon. All right, and he has DeAndre Hopkins. Why he couldn't is because in the last 2 seasons he doesn't have great stats. Will he be able to change it? Who knows? Tom Brady, why he could, because he's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. All right, he continuously, year in, year out, wins, and he has good stats, just like Mahomes. But why he couldn't, I think he won't have as good stats because I think the Buccaneers will try to develop a run game, and they can because they have the pieces. They have Giovanni Bernard, they have Ronald Jones, they have Lombardi, Leonard Fournette. So they're gonna try to develop a run game, and I don't think Brady's still gonna throw the ball a lot, but I think they're gonna try to. I don't think they're gonna want to wear Brady's arm out because I think they want to keep him long term. So I think Brady they'll develop a run game more, and I don't think Brady will have amazing stats. He will have good stats, but I don't think he'll be MVP like stats. Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he'll go back to back. That's just why. And my MVP is Kyler Murray. You can call me crazy. I want to do upsets. I'm not doing obvious answers because I'm not betting any money. I'm not betting bragging rights to anyone. So I just want to go with upsets. And Kyler Murray, he's in a good situation. He's fast. He's quick. And he has a receivers. He's got AJ Green. He's got Rondell Moore. He's, of course, got Christian Kirk and DeAndre Hopkins. And the O line's improving. So I think Murray, why couldn't he do it? I don't know. But I think Kyler Murray will have a big year. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Tell me your thoughts and predictions in the comments down below. I know that Kyler Murray was it was a take. It was a hot take, certainly. But I'm going with my gut. I want to take someone new. So I got Kyler Murray MVP, Coach of the Year, Bill Belichick, Dak Prescott, Comeback Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Alvin Kamara, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Micah Parsons, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kyle Pitts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace out.